Welcome, you lover of love out there. This is Late Night Love, where we untangle the wild, messy, and beautiful world of relationships. I'm Jazz, she's Lovey, and tonight we're diving into the heart of it all. Love's highs, lows, and awkward moments. What do you do when your boyfriend claims he doesn't live at your place, but he's always there? Oh, and your wife pushes for an open marriage, but you're not on board. We're tackling ghosted travel plans, toothbrush tampering, suspicions, and insecurities in the shower. Plus, we'll explore the spicy questions. Is it okay to ask your partner to explore their sexuality or feel uneasy about their kinks? Or to feel uneasy. That missing two changed that. Changed the meaning of that.
Yes, it does.
From getting too carried away in the heat of the moment to choosing anything over sex, we're breaking it all down. Grab a drink, cozy up, and let's talk love, trust, and boundaries on tonight's Late Night Love.
All right.
Love has toppled civilizations. I cannot speak tonight. Has toppled civilizations. Has written poetry. Been the motivation for people to conquer mountains and create innovations. And
The Band-Aid
yeah.
would never have been invented if it weren't for a husband who was concerned over his wife cutting her fingers all the time in the kitchen.
I'm just saying, all the little things that people do and invent and go through because of, they love somebody and want a solution to their problems, trying to find a solution to it's amazing. The world is a truly, amazing place when you motivated by love. And so that's what we got tonight. All right, what are we starting with tonight here, my lovey?
Boyfriend says he doesn't live in my apartment because he doesn't bring any of his clothes here. What would you guys do? He's constantly at an apartment. He sleeps there.
Yeah. Okay.
But he has his own apartment. So he doesn't bring any, he brings a change of clothes over for the morning, but that's it. He doesn't store clothes here. So that means, in his mind, they're not living together.
Well, technically they're not. He's got his own place, and his only things that he's there is his change of clothes, a single change of clothes. He's not living there. Now, if she is uncomfortable with the boundaries they have created in the relationship, probably accidentally, then she needs to change them. I mean, if literally nothing is there but what he brings in his backpack and his shoes, then you're not living there. Now, I can get how she can find it annoying that
he's always there.
He's always there. And so maybe the discussion...
Sometimes I still look at you and go, don't you have someplace to go?
No, I don't have my own... That's the point. He does.
I don't know. It's a phenomena of women. I've talked to women. All women do this. I am not a monster. It passes quickly. But we do think that.
Okay, so here's the question. Does she want to live with him? Is she tired of him being constantly at his apartment? Or is this just one of those things they're arguing about to have something to argue about? Are we arguing semantics, or are we actually, there's an actual problem here?
Oh, okay. So it could be two things. She wants it to be on you're living with me status.
Yes.
She's trying to push for that.
Okay, then she should ask for that, okay.
Or she's just not comfortable with him being there she needs more alone time.
Okay, well then stop inviting him over.
No, he just comes over.
Well, but that's a relationship boundary you've set, so you need to change that.
Okay.
Yeah, if that's the problem. Mm-hmm. And if the problem is she actually wants, a living in situation for economic reasons, or we're doing it anyway, she needs to actually express that.
She wants to move. She wants to keep the relationship moving forward, I think.
Well, then she needs to express that rather than complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, it's, you're here all the time anyway. We could save ourselves a crap ton of money if you want to make a logical solution, approach it logically, as men tend to do. Approach it from a logical perspective.
No, we want the commitment.
You get the commitment. You just got to hit him with the logic. I'm just saying, if you want to approach it with if she wants to approach it with and have a increase her chance of success, approach it from a logic perspective before the emotional perspective.
Okay.
And he'll be listening. Does the logic make sense? And then he'll listen to the rest of it. Just saying.
Huh.
All right. What's next?
My wife wants an open relationship. I don't. Now, he's 37, she's 32.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The person who doesn't gets the say in these kind of things, right? That's
pretty much.
That's how these work. And so
I never understood that. I love you. I want to meet other people.
well, it's the highly sexualized world we live in, and some people are more highly sexualized than others, and it just fits in the whole realm of human sexuality.
It's just sex. Got it. One of those.
That's what that is.
Scams.
It's what that is, or she's just unhappy and she's looking for the out that way. But there's something for everybody out there. There's someone for everybody. They just didn't find it. They're mismatched on that particular issue. Someone's got to, and she is going to have to decide what's more important.
I don't know if I could trust somebody after that.
Well, just expressing their desires is not the same thing as having desires. Is not the same thing as following through on them. So, all right, what's next?
I and my boyfriend had a trip planned. And the day before the trip, he stops messaging me and then doesn't show up the next day to leave. Can you tell me what to do so I don't lose my mind?
Okay, so they're mid-20s. And this is the thing. At 25, he should be mature enough to realize he doesn't really want to go on this trip for whatever reason and express that. It's perfectly fine to back out of a trip at the last minute because you're uncomfortable. It's
a very simple, I can't do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I committed to something I can't follow through on. I thought I could, but I can't.
I don't understand this lack of responsibility.
Well, they're 25, and today's 25 is a little different than our 25.
I had children.
I know, and they don't. We forced ourselves to be responsible earlier. That forced a level of maturity that people who don't have. The greatest thing to making people grow up is to have children. Right? It's been that way since the beginning of time. Life's all fun and games until you have someone else to take care of.
Yeah.
It literally is. Life is fun and games until you've got somebody else to take care of. Now all of a sudden you've got responsibilities and you have to be the responsible human being in your life. Damn it. But at the same time, it's what makes you that full, complete, well-rounded human being that your family and community can depend on. So what do you do so you don't lose your mind? Hopefully you find out why. And hopefully this is something that is an anxiety issue or something that can be dealt with. Or he realized the relationship wasn't going and that was a bigger commitment. The trip was a bigger commitment than he wanted to. The relationship is essentially over.
Okay, this is how you keep your sanity. You send him off to the island of ex-boyfriends to be punished. And they're sad. And that's where he's staying until he comes into your life, possibly to give you closure.
Well, unless he had a mental health issue, it got overwhelmed with anxiety or something, that's more understandable. So then
she can understand. But until then, he has to go to the island.
The island of misfit toys. That's where he goes. Okay.
My wife wants. Oh, I know. I did that one. Sorry.
Yep.
I believe my boyfriend might be tampering with my toothbrush. He's passive aggressive. He does little stuff all the time that she feels this is it, my toothbrush.
Yeah, well, if we're assuming her perspective are accurate, then yes, she needs a new boyfriend. There's just no, right? You can't walk around on
This is the straw that broke the camel's back. He's been at this for a long time.
Yeah, this is. You probably should have left already. Would be my probably, but if there's a bunch of red signs, or she's a little paranoid, and suffering from a bit of paranoia.
Well, he's been at it for so many years that,
Well, but that's the thing. If he's been at it for so many years and she hasn't left yet.
Now she's paranoid. Now he's made her paranoid. This is not good any way you want to look at it.
There's no matter, there's no perspective from this.
It's good. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's good. It's, maybe she's been misinterpreting things as passive aggressive. It's not, because she's a bit paranoid. Maybe she's got an actual paranoid issue. It's not impossible. It happens far less than we think, but it's not impossible. People misinterpret things all the time. But either way, she needs to change her life, because it's not working one way or the other. Yeah. Okay.
Growers, do you have insecurities showering with your partner?
Oh, the grower versus shower thing? No, they're your partner. They already know. They see you naked. It's all good. They know the truth about the end.
We don't care.
Yeah.
We really don't.
Yeah.
We look to see if it's there. Yeah. That's all we do.
Yeah. She's the one who knows what the. I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, when you're a lot younger and you're exploring, you're a little more focused, but after you're done with your exploring phase, it's just another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, and if you're really insecure about that, don't go in the ocean, man, where it's cold.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, that's even worse.
There you go.
And don't take cold showers then, if you're really afraid of that. Okay.
My girlfriend wants me to use her, but I already do.
Oh, one, she needs to be more clear about what that means.
Okay. Be specific.
Sorry, you're going to have to be clear. This is the kind of thing where you have to be more clear, because people have different
definitions, obviously.
Obviously. And so, yeah, she's looking for something different. But because she hasn't been clear, you're filling in blanks. And it's not what she was exactly looking for. But that's on her, because she's got to be clear. If she's got specific needs, she needs to be specific about those needs. That's the weight you have to carry by having those kind of specific kinky type needs.
Sorry.
The weight to carry those is people can't read your mind.
No.
And there's a wide range of what in this particular use could mean. What the hell does that mean? I mean, depending upon who you're in front of, that can mean a wide range of things. Quite literally, from A to Z. What does that mean? She's a.
Well, we want you to just know.
Yeah.
We want it to just be magic.
She wanted to be magic, and that's sorry. That's not how that works. So, okay, what's next?
Let's see. Should I be concerned my girlfriend enjoyed this so much? It was pegging.
Well, only
now, and they did it like one time, and now she's after him all the time.
Well, I suppose you should only be concerned if you really didn't enjoy it or something.
He's on the fence.
So it's something you pull out on birthdays and special occasions. As long as everybody's okay with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he needs to tell her.
Yeah.
And not all the time. Thanks.
Yeah. And, you get it. She found something she enjoys, so it's new. It's new.
Yeah.
It falls into its place at some point. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel awful for getting too carried away during sex. This is a girl,
Uh-huh.
and she just really just got kind of primal,
Yeah.
and she scared herself, and
Yeah, that can happen.
yeah.
Yeah. And if you're with somebody who is, shall we say, more timid than experimental in the bedroom, that could actually be a turnoff.
No, he was right there with her.
I know, but I'm just saying, for some people,
For some people, yeah.
yeah, it could actually be a turnoff. But if you found someone who, hey, they're all into that kind of thing, congratulations and have some fun. Why is she feeling awful for?
Well, she scared herself.
Oh,
You know, there was like growling involved and stuff. You know?
Yeah, hey man, as long as everybody involved was all on board, congratulations. It's just my suggestion on that. There's no reason to feel awful if your partner was not intimidated.
No, he wasn't.
No, then what's the problem?
She's a little embarrassed.
I'm failing to understand. I get it if the partner was turned off by it. I get it.
But see, part of us are like, that's not ladylike.
We don't want the ladylike in there. You don't want Martha Stewart in the bedroom. You don't. I mean, essentially, you'd rather get a little more carried away than too reserved. If you're going to err on the side of one or the other, err on the side of a little carried away than being too reserved.
Okay.
Just saying. Okay.
What would you choose over sex every time?
Well, it depends on how old I was.
You know, but it would change over a lifetime.
Yeah.
Right now, a good nap.
Yeah. Right. There's kind of a list. Well, not
in my 20s. I mean, there was nothing. I mean, what are you talking about?
Man, you know, and every time.
Every time?
Man, that's
pretty broad.
Yeah, that's kind of a commitment. I don't know if I've got anything every time, you know.
Oh, there's always seafood.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. A nap sounds good, but I can do both of those, you know. I can do a nap and intimacy at, you know, one's right after the other. It works perfect. Just saying. I don't know what.
Why do I have to choose?
Yeah. Why do you gotta choose? Sometimes
I reject this question.
I reject. Oh, whatever it was. All right. So what's next?
Okay. Last question.
Okay.
Is it rude to ask my girlfriend to explore her own sexuality? Well, okay. They're both virgins.
Uh-huh.
And he has done some exploring of himself.
Uh-huh.
But she has not.
Most people don't need to be told to do this, but if anything, they need to be told it's okay. Right? They've been told for whatever, you know, at some level of their lives that it's not okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so maybe she needs to be told that it is. But is it rude? This is one of those things, it's more the how than the what.
I would say
this is going to be one of those.
This is very true.
You're going to have to tread very carefully and make sure that it's not about you. Because if it's about you, then you're being selfish.
I mean, he could really help her with breaking through some barriers that
maybe
she may have. And I mean, because this is part of a healthy adult life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I'm not disagreeing. It's just he should make sure he's not doing it for a selfish reason.
Okay.
That's kind of.
Yeah. Definitely. Well, I mean, he is looking towards the future, obviously.
Yes, obviously, but that looking towards the future, you know, needs to be very careful that that isn't coloring his view of the now. That he's actually doing something, for the, he's not just really looking out for himself. I mean, it's very easy to fool yourself into thinking that you actually, I'm thinking about her. No, you're not. Really? Are you really? I mean, she's her own person. Generally, people don't need to have a whole lot of, especially in the modern world where human sexuality is all over the place. Most people don't need to be prodded to explore themselves. Maybe she's not being honest about how much she's explored herself because it's a private thing and she's embarrassed, as we all are.
20.
And no one how many of us like to talk about us exploring with ourselves at any age, let alone in your 20s?
Thank you, that's private.
So there's the chance that she's not being completely honest with him as well. Because,
she don't want to talk about it.
She don't want to talk about it. Why would she? So.
Well, maybe he's seeing the relationship going one way and she is not.
She's not? Who knows?
Yeah.
There's a wide range of potential possibilities.
Okay.
Is it rude? No, how you ask it is rude. There's a way to approach this that isn't rude, but make sure you're coming at it, not from an overly selfish place. You're not going to be able to get your own selfish thought out of it completely, but you can make sure that you're not overly selfish in your approach. And that is it for us tonight and for this week. Thank you, Lovey, for putting stuff together. Thank Mr. Antoine over here for being our producer, technical person, as we sort through all the problems, or
it's so nice to have someone
sort through our evolution here as we're starting to evolve. We will have a good night. We'll see you next week. So have a good night, and please remember to love everybody.
Good night.